Ladies and gentlemen, what is up, and welcome to today's video where we're going to be talking about the release schedule for new characters in Marvel Contest of Champions. So if you're an aspiring kind of like endgame player or progressing player, there are three really important dates you need to know around the release of a champion. And that's when the champion is going to be available for the second chance at a 5-star, because you only have 2 windows of opportunity if you ever want to get a new character as a 5-star. You also need to know when the champion is going to be added to the 3-star, 4-star, and premium hero crystal pool, because that will help you make some maybe good decisions about maybe saving your crystals to open for like you know, maybe saving them for like 3 or 4 weeks. Like at the moment, you could save it for like a month, and instead of just having the normal crystal roster, you could also have like Mordu and Dr. Voodoo on top of, you know, any of the characters already in there. So it lowers the chance of you getting Spider-Gwen and Iron Patriot, and also adds in like Dr. Voodoo and Mordo to the mix. So that's also very important to bear in mind. And the final one is when the champion is going to be the basic in the 4-star arena. Because for a lot of us, you know, getting a champion when it initially launches on that weekend is very, very out of grasp, because it's like 60 million plus points in most cases for a new champion. So it's very, very difficult to grind that out unless you have, you know, pretty much 72 hours consecutively and 3 days to dedicate to grinding arena, along with a pretty large roster. So a lot of us, you know, we need to kind of figure out when the champion's going to be the basic in arena, so we can get it for like, you know, a third of the price most of the time. So anyway, before we get started on covering the schedule of how a new champion is added to the game, just want to highlight 2 amazing resources for Marvel Contest of Champions Tricos on the official website, which is the premium schedule. This will tell you when characters are going to be added to the premium hero crystal, so it does a little bit of the work for you there. So you can see that, you know, yesterday Ghost Rider was added. These are all at 6 PM UK time or 10 AM PST. So Ghost Rider, as of yesterday, is now available as a 4-star, 3-star champion, and is also in the premium hero crystals. And then on February 28th we have Mordo, Dr. Voodoo, Hyperion coming up. So I'm a little bit tempted myself to save up all my crystals until Hyperion is added, because, you know, they're going to be so much, potentially so much more valuable to open when those 3 characters additionally are in the roster as well. So, you know, if you're a hoarder, I don't think I'm going to do it, but, you know, if you are a big hoarder, I'd say that's an excellent, like, potential payoff there. You could, you know, get a Mordo instead of a Spider-Gwen. Just think, like, for every new champion, the chances of getting Spider-Gwen or Iron Patriot or Old Man Logan or, you know, She-Hulk or Luke Cage, those chances decrease a little bit for every new champion that's added. So it's something to bear in mind. And also a schedule of the upcoming basic heroes. So if you want to see, you know, which characters are coming to Arena, then there's an amazing schedule for that. And it's quite hard to keep track of all these because, you know, Arena is like ongoing every week. So this is a really, really good table for it. And Tricos does a really good job with both of these resources of updating them very, very regularly. So, you know, we can't thank him enough for that. He does a really, really good job. But anyway, let's talk, you know, let's go back to the beginning and talk about, like, how a character is added to the Marvel Contest of Champions. So every 2 weeks, they've kept to this for a very, very long time now, a new champion is added to Marvel Contest of Champions. So at first, champions like they're added, they're meant to be quite exclusive, because a big part of Marvel Contest of Champions business model is the exclusivity and the hype surrounding like new characters added to the game. That's why despite like everybody's wishes to have more than 400 spots for the 4-star version of Champion Arena, there never will be, because they always want people to look at it and go like, oh, maybe I could spend like 150 units, or maybe like, you know, this small stack of units I have, and have a chance of getting a 4-star champion instead of grinding all weekend. And that is what makes Marvel Contest of Champions so ridiculously profitable. So at first, champions are always going to be pretty exclusive, but then they later become more available. So let's talk about that schedule in a little bit more detail. So when the initial release of a champion, champions always come out on a Thursday. It's every other Thursday at 10 AM PST or 6 PM UK time. So what happens on the initial release? So the featured champion is available in, you know, 2 rounds of arena as a 3 or 4-star. Now, one thing very important to bear in mind is this is the only time for a very, very long time you'll be able to guarantee you get that champion as a 3-star by grinding arena. So if there's a new character you really like and you definitely want it as a free star, definitely grind on that initial weekend, because when it comes around as a basic, it won't be available as a free star in the free star arena, and it might be like a year or two before it comes up as a guaranteed champion that you can get in arena. So, you know, if there's a new character that's coming out that's really good, make sure you grind it in arena as a free star champion. I definitely suggest that for Dormammu, because he's going to have some really excellent utility with his power drain and power lock, which, while he may not be the best character overall, he's like definitely one to grind, because that utility might come in very handy come Act 5, or maybe some challenge quests that we have on a monthly basis. So yeah, try and always grind like the featured champion, even if it's not as a 4-star. Well, probably not as a 4-star, because that grind is absolutely insane unless you're Brian Grant. But definitely try and grind that champion as a free star, because it's going to be not very available. So this is when you have the first window of opportunity to get that champion as a 5-star. So after the initial release, the 5-star crystal for that champion, which is 15,000 shards, again, it's quite a gamble. It's about a 1 in 4, 1 in 5 chance, roughly, will be available for 7 days. So this is the first window of 2 that you have to get that champion as a 5-star. And after that window, I haven't seen like any other characters come back, so you got these 2 windows, and then you just can't get that champion as a 5-star probably for like a few years. So, you know, it's very limited, and that's what makes you know, having a 5-star version of a new champion like so exclusive and so exciting. And then you also have the featured crystal added for that champion, which intermittently pops up, and there are always like featured crystal offers coming up, but they're always pretty garbage. You know, they want to try and lure you in. They're like, oh, you could get Dormammu, but you'll probably not get. As somebody that's opened close to about like 200 featured hero crystals, and actually probably about 300 actually, and done so many openings, the only opening I've ever got a 4-star was on the Ghost Rider one. So yeah, I mean, they're great. They're really great if you're a big blubbery whale and you have thousands to chuck at like every featured crystal opening. But you know, if you don't have that much cash, like, do not buy featured hero crystals. That is my 100% suggestion. They are just absolutely terrible to buy. Such awful odds. So yeah, the featured crystal gets added and you have a chance there. So 15 weeks later, 15 weeks after the initial release, the 5-star will be available for 14 days. And this is the second window of opportunity you have to get, you know, that champion as a 5-star. And again, if you miss that, then you're probably never going to get that champion as a 5-star. Like, the basic roster is like 2 years behind on champion editions, and still, it's only got like 24 champions, still missing a lot of like the cool ones added to the game. So yeah, like, new champions, they're not going to be added to the basic 5-star hero crystal for a very long time. So we can see, like, actually, I'll continue talking about this before we talk about Ghost Rider, because I wanted to show him as an example for the schedule. And then 15 weeks and 5 days later, I don't know why it's 5 days later, but the champion is added as a 3 or 4-star to the premium hero crystal, 3-star and 4-star crystal pool. So Ghost Rider, for example, was added yesterday on a Tuesday. I have no idea why it's on a Tuesday, but you know, that's the way that they've programmed it. So yeah, it's going to be the 15-week, like, after a champion, like, comes up in the store as a 5-star, you'll know that 5 days later, or when the timer is under 9 days, that he is available as a 4-star. So that's a good indication as well, if you just want a point of reference there. And then 26 weeks after that, roughly 6 and a bit months, the champion will be the basic character in the 4-star arena. So you have, like, you know, if you want a 4-star version of the champion, like, guaranteed, you gotta wait like 27 weeks. You gotta wait like 6 months to get it in the 4-star arena. So that's probably a good idea, like, why you should farm the 3-star, because then you have a very long time to play around with that character as a 3-star, decide if it's one you like, if it's one that you're gonna kind of gamble for as a 5-star. Like, generally for your 5-star gambling, and this is a piece of personal advice, I would do it all in the second window, unless by like the 6th or 7th day it is like confirmed 1,000,000% hype champion. because, you know, from my experience, I got Cable on the first day, and I was just like riding that big old hype wave, and in hindsight, it would have been better to use those shards on maybe like a Dr. Voodoo or a Mordo, because those are much better characters. So that's kind of my personal piece of advice, is, you know, wait till a champion is 1,000,000% confirmed, 100% hype if you want to go for a 5-star featured version of that champion. That's kind of what I did with Gwenpool. I ground out the 3-star, I made sure she was an amazing character, and then I went for her as a 5-star champion, knowing that she would be broken AF, and then, yeah, we just did so many broken and crazy videos with her. So I really, really enjoyed that and felt a really good sense of gratification when I got that. So that was quite good. But anyway, let's just talk about the Ghost Rider Crystal opening as an example, as Ghost Rider addition to the game as an example, because, you know, he came out to the Crystal Pool yesterday. So the initial release was on the October 27th. The 5-star was on February 9th. You know, if you have a look in the game at the moment, let's just quickly flick to that. That's still available at the moment. The Hellfire Crystal, if you want a 5-star Ghost Rider with Mordo and Voodoo coming up, you probably don't know. Probably want to save for one of those two characters. And then added to the Crystal Pool February 14th, so that was yesterday at 6 PM UK time. And then the basic champion in Arena, we can see from Marvel Contest of Champions Tricos list, is going to be on May 4th. So, hopefully this video gives you a rough idea of kind of the release schedule and how newer champions are introduced to the game, and hopefully, you know, my personal piece of advice helps you to make some smart decisions on when to open crystals, which champions to grind for. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, it's a bit of a long blabbery one, but leave a like, that'd be very much appreciated. Apart from that, hope you found this useful, take care, and have an absolutely fantastic day.